Father Bruce, why a God?
I'll give two parts to this answer. One is I'm going to invoke a cultural reference here that from the A team, Mr. T. Fool! What's wrong with you, fool? Anybody who doesn't know Mr. T, you got to go back to your YouTubes and find out Mr. T.
Pity the fool, one of the greatest catchphrases of all time.
Of course, I'll pity the fool. I'll pity you, definitely. Right in here. I'll pity the fool, you know.
Now to the higher level response, but it's actually not all that distant from what where I'm coming from with Mr. T, or at least I'm putting words into his mouth. Dostoevsky, this 900-page, very thick Russian novel. You know what I mean? You don't know what I mean by that? You got to try and read Brothers K. Mm-hmm. There's one line in there that's makes the whole 800 or 900 pages worth it. And he says, without God, one of the brothers is talking, they're talking to each other. Without God, anything is possible. I think we don't take seriously what we owe to our Judeo-Christian inheritance. Invoking another sort of cultural reference, because I quote this often at funerals, is the old song by Kansas from the 70s, We Are Dust in the Wind.
All they are is dust in the wind.
And no, we're not. We're much more than dust in the wind. I like the song, by the way, but it's terrible theology. Because the human heart, as Mona was saying, longs for something more, and it would be almost a contradiction of existence that we have this universal longing for something, and that it would be totally and completely frustrated. There are people who have no, as we would say, God background, and yet they're longing for something outside of themselves. And when you look at existence itself, just like Aristotle, as a student looking at his surroundings, and saying like this begs for an answer. That I will quote eventually Father Ricardo's book here, which I would highly recommend to anybody, called Rescued. Some just phenomenal statistics, phenomenal facts that we often just don't take seriously, that really kind of answer to this longing that we have as human beings, that that it's the only thing that makes sense. And this is preceding faith. It's the only thing that makes sense, because I know there's evil and that prevents people from assenting to or coming to faith, but there's so much order and beauty in existence and creation, and this really requires an answer of us as we truly search and long for an answer to our longings, the longings of the human heart. So there's a lot more I could say, but I'll try and limit it at that.
Okay, thank you, Father.